Past 10 days has seen massive escalation, the world clearly on the brink. And let me break it down to you how the world is going up this very dangerous escalation ladder. On the 28th of February, this just exploded into a major conflict. US and Israeli forces, they launched coordinated deep strikes inside Iran. And they had early success. The supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and top IRGC commanders, they were neutralized on strikes on day one. But Iran retaliated within hours. Iran had war-gamed it. So ballistic missiles instantly were fired in the direction both of Tel Aviv and Israel's capital, Jerusalem. Simultaneously, Iranian forces, they targeted US military bases across the GCC countries. So whether it was in Bahrain, which is the 5th Fleet headquarters, or Qatar, which has a very, very important airbase, the Al Udeid airbase, Kuwait, which has US bases, United Arab Emirates, multiple bases across the region were targeted on day one by Iran. Day two saw more escalation. US and Israeli strikes, they continued across Iran. They destroyed the headquarters of the IRGC. Iran, it continued to hit back. Israeli town, for example, of Beit Shemesh, that was targeted. 9 people lost their lives, 9 fatalities and injuries on day 2. Day 3, on the 2nd of March, a second front opened. This was when Hezbollah targeted northern part of Israel, and Israel, it unleashed fury not seen before on not just on Beirut, but south of the Litani River, because they made it very clear that area had to be cleared out completely. 500,000 people had to leave their homes. Israel launched a series of strikes. Iran threatened to shut the Strait of Hormuz, again going up the escalation ladder. Iranian drones, they targeted Saudi Aramco Tanura refinery, again going up the escalation ladder. Now let's come to day 4, which is the 3rd of March. This war, systematically the Iranians then started targeting US missions across the region. A barrage of missiles targeting Israel, overwhelming the Iron Dome system. A drone strike hit the US consulate in Dubai. Explosions were reported across Doha, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and in the Kurdistan region in Erbil, in the northern part of Iraq. And then the next day, which is day 5, the 4th of March, the nuclear facilities of Iran were once again systematically targeted, the first time since the 2025 operations. So these were joint US-Israeli strikes. They first went to Natanz. They targeted the Natanz nuclear facility. Tehran, it fired more than 500 missiles and more than 2,000 drones in response. This was when a US submarine lurking in the Indian Ocean region, it targeted an Iranian frigate, Dana, off the coast of Sri Lanka. By then, 2 other ships had been given refuge, one in Sri Lanka, the other in India in the port of Kochi. Shipping war started the next day. This is day 6 and the 5th of March. Iranian drones were now targeting US oil tankers in the Gulf. Kurdish forces were targeted once again in Iraq. Traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, it collapsed by 90%. And now this war wasn't just impacting the region, it was impacting the world. Day 7, the 6th of March, strikes intensified yet again, and massive strikes by both sides. So even though the US may have claimed that they had taken down almost 86% of Iranian drone strike capabilities and 90% of their missile strike capabilities, Iran continued to fire in the direction of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. A lot of missiles were intercepted, no doubt, but some of the drones managed to beat the system. They saturated the system, and then some managed to land. Israeli forces intensified their attack on Beirut. And this is where, on the 8th day, that's the 7th of March, the energy war intensified, with Israel targeting Iran's oil infrastructure, targeting airports once again. Bahrain intercepted incoming missiles that were targeting some of its energy sectors. Kuwait, with a fire going, had to cut its oil output. And this is where civilian infrastructure was also targeted on the 9th day, which is the 8th of March, again going up the escalation ladder once again. An Iranian drone damaged a desalination plant in Bahrain. And this is serious escalation, because people cannot survive without water. If a desalination plant is targeted, then clearly potable water or drinking water will be adversely impacted. Iran says this was in retaliation to Americans targeting their desalination plant. Allegations and counter-allegations being made from all sides. An Israeli drone hit a hotel in the southern part of Lebanon. Another projectile hit a residential area in Saudi Arabia. And on day 10, the 9th of March, this is where global shockwaves are now being felt. Oil prices have surged. They've surged past $100 a barrel, $114 a barrel as we speak. An Iranian strike sets a refinery in Bahrain on fire. A human rights group has accused Israel of using white phosphorus in Lebanon. That again is being seen as a major escalation. 10 days, multiple fronts, multiple missile strikes, drone strikes, energy warfare that's spreading across the region. And Iran has now elected Mustafa Khamenei as its new supreme leader. This indicates Iran continues to fight and fight back harder, as long as it has weapons, rockets, missiles, and more important, the missile launchers and the drone launchers.